On this episode of HH Wheels, today we are introducing our 1955 Chevy Belair. Before, it was kind of... Now it's got some serious attitude. Yeah! We installed these kick-ass Raider wheels, these awesome high-cut Raider slicks. We moved the springs inboard so these would fit, but it all didn't happen overnight. Or maybe it did. Let's get wrenching.
Doing all the work it's going to take to put them on there.
Listen, there's a price to pay to be cool. You can't just wake up with style. Here's one big fat slick for you. Good luck getting it to fit.
Why?
Because I know what it takes to get this on a 55 Chevy.
What are we going to have to do?
You're going to have to do some cutting and welding.
This should just fit right on my car.
Yeah, fit right in there.
These are my old wheels. This is what came with the car. We're getting ready to put the new Raiders on. All right, according to Mike, we're gonna have to put in a lot of work over the next couple of days to get these wheels and tires to actually fit on the 55. So we need to get back to the shop and get wrenching.
While waiting on the new front wheels and tires, we hopped on knocking out the long list of things that needed to be done on the 55. One of the first things we wanted to address was the gnarly exhaust leak.
Oh yeah. Well, when it's not good when the gasket comes out in 3 pieces. You see both of those little marks right there? That's your leak. That's our pop, 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 pop. Dang, these things are oily. Probably wouldn't hurt us to do valve cover gaskets either. Oh, yeah. How about this gasket? Look at this thing. It's just pancaked down. It's just leaking oil all over the place. I got this car from an old timer that did this thing, I don't know, probably 20 years ago. The oil doesn't look bad, but it's just been pouring out of this thing. We should have done this probably a long time ago. There's no reason for us not to. I mean, this is not even coming off in one piece. It's been on there for so long.
Your clutch pedal, clutch arm is chilling with your header. They're trying to occupy the same area. Same thing as your harmonic balancer and your engine mount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which one's going to win for the space?
I think we're going to change out the motor mounts and
okay.
we
So
should
it all
gain
works.
everything back exactly where it's supposed to be. That is a pancake motor mount if I've ever seen one, on both upper and lower donuts.
Unfortunately, we didn't have any motor mounts on hand, so we had to enlist the help of Mike from Landspeed Automotive.
Ha 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 ha.
Maybe?
Yep. These are definitely, yeah. There's 2 of them in there, right?
Hey, homie.
No way. These look really tight, but they look like they might work. Let's ask Caroline what she thinks.
I say send it.
Now they're looking good. Going on the right car. I love these wheels.
I am wrapping my brain around wiring all of this up. Not that it's that hard. I mean, they give you pretty in-depth picture instructions.
Pictures always make things right, huh?
Yeah.
Makes things way easier, huh?
Yeah. Especially when it's midnight and the last thing I want to do is this. But I like the 55 so much that I want it to run, so I'll bear it this one time. And, you know, it is fancy. I mean, you did pay a pretty penny for some quality stuff, so thank you to Cold Case, because you guys are the best for doing picture instructions for my pea brain at midnight. That night, we pretty much exhausted ourselves to the point of where we forgot that the cold case radiator that we originally ordered was incorrect for the core support we had because we have future plans for possibly a big block in this car. So we have to scrap that idea until we upgrade to the right core support. Thankfully, it really helped to have the radiator out to fix all the other issues we were going to fix. we finished the motor mounts, it was time to put everything back together.
All right, after all that crap we did to the motor, Caroline's about to fire this thing up and see if we have any leaks. I don't think we have any leaks. I don't think we should. Should be good to go. Go ahead, Caroline.
It runs a lot better than it did yesterday.
Yeah, it's a good little tune-up.
Much needed. Very long overdue. I mean, those motor mounts are probably from 55. They look like it. We have turn signals again. So Alex put the inline fuse in here, which should be here to begin with. We got a new flasher, which works. And found out, thankfully, we were thinking it had a broken wire somewhere in the midst of this entire car, which thank God it did not. All of the slide terminals that are on the back side of this key cylinder were all just flapping in the breeze. So it worked like intermittently. So we thought it was a broken wire, and thankfully it's just a loose slide terminal. It works like a champ. Although this is still a major flaw, is the fact that we can start the car without a key, but oh well. But hey, we have turn signals. All faith has been restored in our road legal 55. Now we gotta finish everything else.
Okay, so I'm working on the 55 suspension, and what we're trying to do is get it up off the ground and make it like an old school traditional badass 55 that's raised off the ground. And instead of putting an axle underneath the front of this thing, I'm putting these ball joint spacers. Apparently you can use the spring that's in there. You don't have to change that out. You put these in up on top of the ball joint, and what it does is going to lift this, or push the spindle down 2 inches and give your front end a 2-inch lift. So I'm real interested in seeing what's going to happen to this. I'm going to start on this side and see what happens. Hopefully it raises the car up, and then I got to get started on the back. The cool thing is these ball joints do not press in, so you can just unbolt these things on a 1955 or Tri-5 Chevy. And I've got tension on here, but I've got the whole car weight pretty much on this spring to keep it from pew. And what I'm trying to do is just get this thing, this front upper A-arm, to actually lift up so I can put the spacer in here and the new bolts, and then pull it back down and bolt it to the ball joint. But it's really sketchy right now. It feels like there's tension on here, and I'm not sure what's going to happen. Well, maybe there's a little tension. Nothing crazy. Okay, see, that's what I was hoping I could do. Now we're going to put this in between the ball joint and the upper A-arm. On to the other side. That one went way faster than the other side. Okay, now's where the fun begins. We are going to move these leaf springs in to the frame rails, and that is going to be a ton of fun. Let's get wrenching. If you look at this, this is the spring mount right here on the 55 Chevy. It's got basically your couplers that come down and hook onto the spring. Well, we're moving a coupler to the frame rail, so that pulls it in. It's going to allow us to have more clearance on our Radiator slicks and our Radiator wheels that are going on the back of this thing. What I've done is I've had a couple of Camaro springs that I had out back. I'm basically making these my new spring perches. So we're going to weld this right here. It's also going to bring the car up. It's going to make it look pretty damn badass, I think. Okay, let's do a vote. All in favor of changing this exhaust system if we have time? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. The ayes have it. We'll be changing the exhaust system if we don't run out of time. And it's midnight. What is it? Al, what time is it?
Midnight.
It's midnight on Friday morning, the day before we have to leave. But I got my professor sunglasses on. I got my professor glasses on, so I'm making it happen.
How late it is.
This guy.
Don't want to miss something.
It's 4:30 in the morning. I've been working on this rig since 6 o'clock yesterday. I've got a little list of things to do in the morning to get ready for the road trip. But then I'll get back in here and get this all put together and get it on the ground and make sure that the awesome wheels and tires that we have for this thing will fit. First time. I think we're a little high in the back, aren't we? Oh yeah. A little louder.
I am so thrilled to see how the 55 came out. I know James is completely over the moon. It looks awesome. Everybody loves it. Even when it's on the trailer going down the road, people love it. I am so excited for the future of this 55. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, feel free to leave us a like. Comment what you want to see us do next to maybe the 55 or a different project. Subscribe, and of course, don't forget to get out there and get racing.